every day. Come in my sock again. It's filled with loads. It's filled with loads.
You know, between this, Peacemaker and God knows what else, all around good sport John Cena is never above utterly debasing and humiliating himself for a laugh. And never is this more true than in this little movie called Ricky Stanicky.
Rod Rhymstead, trained actor, how can I help you?
A movie by one half of the iconic Farrelly brothers directing team, and known for their gross-out comedy classics of the 90s and early 2000s, including Dumb and Dumber, Shallow Hal, and even that one where Cameron Diaz styles her hair with Stiller spunk.
Nice.
And given the glory days of the 1990s are pretty much over with regards to every facet of culture, including pop music, TV, and London actually being safe to walk around in with your phone out of your pocket, this flick goes some way into being halfway decent, and at least better than a lot of their recent efforts to be fair.
Bruh.
The plot goes a little like this. 3 childhood best friends make up an imaginary pal to blame all their mistakes and fuck-ups on. This continues even into their mid-30s, until naturally their real friends and fam decide that they've had enough and actually want to meet this fella who keeps causing havoc in their lives from afar. After their excuses run out as to why they can't, the lads are forced to hire a cheap drunken actor, and known for singing X-rated parody songs in budget Vegas, to come and play the role of said made-up friend Ricky Stanicky. And of course, shit just escalates from there. You know, the first thing I have to say is, I've honestly not seen a movie carried so hard by one friggin' actor in a bloody long time. Cena's effortless charm and total commitment to the bit actually elevates what would be a largely lame forgettable affair, if not for his all-in approach and hilariously petty moments that he brings to the role.
Hey, Rock. These are mine.
The story itself is actually inspired. However, the execution of what is a promising concept is probably best not long thought about. I mean, how could they really have kept up not introducing one of their best and notorious friends to their families for over 10 to 15 years? Nor least showing pictures of them all together, especially when they constantly use him as an out and excuse for all their troublemaking.
That's a great question. I've been wondering that myself.
You'd think after he failed to show up for all their weddings, they wouldn't even want to meet him, or at least eventually demand to see a pic of this notorious twonk. And how do they follow his online Insta socials and not find it weird that he presumably doesn't even have a single photo of himself on there?
Weird.
As I said, and much like that stench of rotten eggs emanating from your long unseen neighbour's house, it's best not to think about it for too long. Anyway, whilst Cena indeed steals the show, he's supported by decent and forgettable co-stars, mainly in the form of teen star Zac Efron, who's perfectly serviceable even with his super distracting botox face which barely moved for 2 hours, and also 2 other chaps who are also good but largely unfamiliar to me.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
Everyone's favourite ex-trailer trash turns up in the form of William H. Macy air-sucking some dick because reasons, whilst Jeff Ross mutilates a baby's foreskin by half-circumcising it whilst high on drugs. Naturally, John Cena finishes it off with a cigar cutter. What a movie! Overall, I'd say this was probably the best kind of sort of Farrelly movie since the largely underrated Hall Pass a decade ago. You know, the one where Jason Sudeikis fake Charles a pensioner, Owen Wilson rejects Australian jelly wobblers, and a fat guy takes a dump on a golf course. Both still nowhere near their previous comedic classics, but it certainly has its moments.
That's why I hired him.
Awesome. What the fuck did you just say?
What the fuck did you just say?
Wow. Where in the history of our relationship did you think I couldn't do an impersonation of somebody as adorable as the Big O?
That is an excellent Owen Wilson. That's a good Owen.
It's okay.
Wow.
It's not that good.
Thank you. Oh. Take a look at this tit, kid. Probably the last one you're ever gonna see for the rest of your life. Don't drink no more, mama. You're real mean when you drink stuff. Quit your bitching, you sloppy punk. You wanna know how you was hatched? Your old man was basting my rump roast, and some of it dribbled into my woolly burger. You know what that makes you? Shit, baby. That's right. You're nothing but shit, and you always will be.
Is that from Downton Abbey?
Still skit from my childhood.
It's also nice that the movie's inclusive as fuck. The film features many disabled actors and also has more interracial couples than an ITV commercial. Apparently, the Farrellys like to include the differently abled in their films to give them more opportunities. Which is why I assume they cast the lanky goggle-eyed freak Steve Merchant in the aforementioned hall pass.
Correct. It's a bit naughty.
Anyway, that's it. But tell me what you thought of the flick down in the comments. It's not a complete train wreck in my opinion, and much like current day Kelly Osbourne or your run-of-the-mill gas station sushi, it just looks worse than it is. I'd give this one 7.2 ludicrously oversized cowboy hats out of 10.
What?
Tell me what you thought of the flick down in the comments. And as always, if you liked the vid, please subscribe and I'll see you again next time. And if you didn't and I don't, have a nice life, pal.